Hello everyone. It's my honor to welcome you all to the third Aspire4Impact FLL seminars within the collaboration of 1511, Rolling Thunder, 3990, Tech for Kids, 5614, Team Sycamore, 6429, Fourth Dimension, 6652, Tigres, 6865, Montelian Metal. And today's presentation will be about gracious professionalism and core values. So before we start, just a quick reminder that these meetings will be recorded and posted on our social media platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, and no participant name or information will be displayed. However, if you unmute yourself or ask a question throughout the chat, your name will be shown in the recording. That's why we suggest you to ask your questions after the recording if you have any. And speaking of questions, please don't hesitate if you have any, they're here to guide you. And let's take a look at this week's topics. Importance of gracious professionalism, fourth dimension, and core values when presenting will be presented by Mentally Metal. So let's start our presentation. I am OQ. I'm from Fourth Dimensions team, and I am the lead of awards and public relations sub-team in my team. And I'm going to be talking about FLL core values. So we have 6 of them. And first of all, discovery. We explore new skills, and we want to develop the problem-solving skill mostly, and we want to learn from our past mistakes. These are the keywords for discovery. And for innovation, we use mostly creativity and critical thinking. And if we want to have a unique project idea, we usually use our drafts. We start with our drafts. Even if they look out of topic at first, we should give them time, and we should really think about the draft a lot, because usually at our team, the drafts come to one of the best projects in our season. That's why we should value the drafts. We shouldn't underestimate them. And impact. We want to apply what we have learned from our previous seasons, from our 10-year history, and we want to spread our knowledge to our community, to different communities from different backgrounds. And when it comes to inclusion, we respect every voice, every background, every ability, and we believe success only comes with listening to each other well, and team spirit and team dynamic, which brings me to teamwork. And even if we have different talents, different abilities, for our team, we have different sub-teams. We have lots of sub-teams because that's how we work efficient. But at the end of the day, everybody does everybody's work. We share our responsibilities and we work together. That's why our team motto is "Gears only work when together." And lastly, fun. We sincerely have lots of fun throughout the season, and we celebrate even the failures. That's how we keep motivated through the whole season.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah, and in our team, Fourth Dimension, I'm a part of Public Relations and Awards. Today, I want to talk to you about what gracious professionalism is before diving deeper into giving you tips. To sum it up, gracious professionalism means competing with kindness. It means sharing knowledge with others and handling problems with grace. To achieve gracious professionalism, you first need to understand that how you win matters just as much as whether you win or not. Wait a minute, I cannot see. So how do we achieve gracious professionalism? We can achieve it by having a free-thinking environment, respecting every voice, competing with kindness, and helping others out. So last year, I was a part of my school's FLL team, and it was the day of the competition. There was like this pits that we all had to decorate. The judges were considering those pits, like the decorations and the teamworks like how we parted our ways and like who built what. Like they were just judging teamwork. So there was this one team that didn't have like any kind of members arrive yet. There was just this one girl, and she was all alone. She couldn't decorate anything. She came to our team, she asked for our help, and she just told us, like, my team hasn't arrived yet, and like my pit is just all empty. I need to decorate it. Can you help me? So our team, we went ahead and decorated the entire pit together. And in the end, they ended up winning the competition and we lost. But that didn't matter because there was this girl who asked her help, and helping her mattered more than winning or not. So that can be um like
A great example for a gracious
yes,
professional.
an example for gracious professionalism. You can also achieve it by communicating within the team. So once again, one of my stories. Back at my team, we had a rough start first. We couldn't communicate together. We had problems because like the minute we started building the robot, there was just like different voices coming out of everybody. We didn't know what to do first. So every Friday we had these annual lunches that we would do to get to know like each other better and in order to function better as a team. So you could do that maybe. And like at the end of those meetings, we handled problems positively. We had a fair and honest play. And more importantly, we learned over winning.
Okay, so I'm going to be presenting on when you actually get into the judges' room after you're finished all your work over the past few months. You're going to have your full presentation and things like that. And it's important, especially during that room, that you're demonstrating all of your core values. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to do that. So during the judges session, there's like normally two main sections of your presentation. You have your innovation project and then your actual robot presentation. And both of them need to include these core values. So I have like your little rubric thing with all the things that it needs to talk about. These will include the core values. So for the project, first thing you want to talk about is your problem. At least for me, I like to introduce the problem before the solution, just add, a little bit of suspense. But all of your groups should talk about this, and it'll help you talk about like your innovation and things like that. Next, you need your solution. So you should talk about what the actual solution to the problem is. It should include how you're solving the problem and why your solution is the best way to do this. Again, this will highlight your creativity and innovation. Another important part to focus on is team contribution. The judges want to know how every member in your team participated, so include a piece about that. This part will help you show your teamwork and inclusion. Finally, include your work process and how you came up with the problem, solution, and how you designed and figured out how to implement it. And here, this will highlight your impact, the fun aspect, and discovery. Now, next, during the robot part, there's also some specifics that you can include to show off your core values. Your first overall robot design. Talking about your overall design will mainly show your innovation and problem solving for the challenges. Well, so walk the judges through each part of your robot and touch on more of the unique things because that'll even more highlight your innovation because they want to see those creative ways in solving these challenges. So your work process, again, talk about why you chose to make your robot that way. Talk about the different challenges you chose and why. And last thing you should talk about is your team contribution. Like this is the same point as the innovation project. You should talk about how everyone contributed and worked together to create this robot. All right. So one more thing I want to say, this is from the judges themselves, that they said the team should demonstrate the first core values in everything they do. So by the end of the judging session, you will be in a good position to score work and provide their feedback. So this is like directly from the judges themselves. Like this is their rubric on scoring. So it's really, really important that you include these. Just thought that needed to be said. All right. Now I'm going to show you a few tips on how to show even more core values through like the presentation appearance, I guess. So visually, when making a presentation, most teams make some kind of visual, normally their poster. And this in itself shows creativity. But another use for it, just on the side, is to help you answer questions. Because this is like one of those things you can quick a judge asks you a question that your group doesn't know the answer to, you don't remember it, you can really quickly glance at your board and it'll help you answer it. This is either for your robot or your project. Another really big point, everybody should talk. The judges want to see everybody in that room talk about your robot and your presentation. This will show not only teamwork and inclusion, but also some gracious professionalism. And another part of this, at least like a goal for your team, I guess, you can aim for everybody to answer at least one question. And then this last part I added, cue cards, is less about core values in general, but like I still think it's really important for your presentation and something to be said. You don't need to memorize your presentation. It's like not required. And sometimes it is better for you to use cue cards. So like when presenting your script about your robot and innovation project, using something like cue cards is very good. Just make sure not to be reading the entire time and look at the judges when you're speaking. And overall, this kind of shows your discovery aspect, just your script in general. So again, just to close it off, you want to make sure you're including all 6 core values, your discovery, innovation, impact, inclusion, teamwork, and fun, all in your presentation scripts and in answer questions.